What's going on, true believers? It's your man Believes. Hey guys, two Bitcoin are playing basketball and the referee blows the whistle. You know what he calls it for? An illegal block. That joke's in Russian. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm married to the music like more to be on bricks. Even my lady call herself a side chick. I'm popping up like over red and vodka on the flame conscious.
All right, guys, I know you want to stop laughing right now so that we can continue. The market is at $2.39 trillion. That's down 1% from the previous day with a trading volume of $132 billion. And everything looks a little bit red, but the problem with that is it's all going into Bitcoin right now. And just so you know, Jamie Dimon says that Bitcoin is worthless. Jamie Dimon in 2021 is telling you, the investor, that Bitcoin is still worthless while his bank is invested into Bitcoin. And he's reiterating this statement that he made from 2014. Now, in 2014, Bitcoin was worthless because it was only worth $320. Today, it's trading at $57,369. So if you're getting your investment advice from Jamie Dimon, you are dog shit. Let's not do that with that moron again. Ethereum is down a few percent over the last couple of days. You can see it's basically even with the last 7 days. It's only up 1.9%. It's down 3.4% on the day. And I don't think that I think what we're starting to see is a little downtrend on everything because Bitcoin is moving up. I think the focus has become Bitcoin to drive that up so that everything will then cascade from there. This is just the calm before a growing storm. That's my opinion. And if you look down, we're obviously not in altcoin season because there is a lot of red everywhere. Phantom is up 51%, and I think Shiba is up 111%. It's taken a little bit of a dive in the last couple of hours, so you're starting to see a lot of red, but I don't think that this is cause for alarm. I think this is cause for a premature celebration because, again, Bitcoin is at 57,000, and if Bitcoin continues to do what it's been doing, then the rest of the market will start to see that cascade of money. These fat wallets, they're getting fatter and fatter and fatter right now off of Bitcoin, and at some point they're going to be full of Bitcoin, and then they're going to say, you know what, now I need to pull out, now I need to put it somewhere else. And guess what? That's when altcoin season starts, and it's going to go crazy. And we're getting there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Enjoy your momentary breather because it's not going to last very long. Moving on. All right, Keanu Inu's trading at 1342. That's down 17% to the previous day. There was a nice little up for a little bit yesterday. Did not sustain itself. There was a cascade coming back down from 2100 down to 1200 again. So spiked up to 1600, back down again. So looks like we're playing some dips. We'll see how that goes. Not a whole lot to report. There's a whole bunch of things happening in the background. There's a lot of talking, a lot of engagement going on right now about what the future holds. And a decision is going to be made on what the next path is. And that's going to be announced very shortly. I think that everybody should just relax, understand everybody wants to take care of your money. Nobody's looking to get one over, and nobody's looking to buy a dip. We're looking to create a good opportunity that is not being threatened by a very charitable and very nice individual who's only had a threesome once on TV or movies that we know about. Moving on. All right, Keanu Inu's trading at 1342. That's down 17% to the previous day. There was a nice little up for a little bit yesterday. Did not sustain itself. There was a cascade coming back down from 2100 down to 1200 again. So spiked up to 1600, back down again. So Looks like we're playing some dips. We'll see how that goes. Not a whole lot to report. There's a whole bunch of things happening in the background. There's a lot of talking, a lot of engagement going on right now about what the future holds, and a decision is going to be made on what the next path is, and that's going to be announced very shortly. I think that everybody should just be a little calm, relax, understand everybody wants to take care of your money. Nobody's looking to get one over, and nobody's looking to buy a dip. We're looking to create a good opportunity that is not being threatened by a very charitable and very nice individual who's only had a threesome once on TV or movies that we know about. Moving on. All right, Hokk, you guys are trading at 27.50. That's up 19% on the previous day. It's a very nice up. It looks like that consolidation phase is just about to go up. These trend lines are starting to show that there is a parabolic up coming. We can see this specifically in your chart, and it looks like everything has an opportunity to start going crazy. Bitcoin is doing its thing right now, so remember during this phase that we're waiting for that parabolic movement. We're waiting for that parabolic moment, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Maybe that takeoff's going to be right around rebranding time to Hokk. Because things are about to change and things are about to pick up, and the future of finance is coming soon. And it's going to be called Hokk. Moving on. All right, Sanshu, you guys are trading at 32.05. That's up about 5% to the previous day. Volume, it's a little bit light still, but as you can see here, your lines are going up. This line's going down, and that usually means that you are set for a rocket shot, and it's coming. Looks like you got to zoom out, and you got to kind of work through it, but you're just a couple days away from something happening, and that's probably the market. Bitcoin's doing that fight right now. So when that fight is over for Bitcoin and it starts to achieve those new highs, then that means that money starts to spill, and it's going to start coming back to the altcoins and the meme coin markets. Now, in the meantime, there is an announcement, and it says, hey all, due to unforeseen circumstances, M Fund will no longer be continued. All liquidity providers are asked to unstake and remove their LP in any pool. You will not be in a loss, so don't worry. Your initial on M Fund will be covered, so please message me with your Etherscan transactions for further details. Whoever market sells for profits won't be compensated, of course. So, get into Telegram if you have any questions about that, and ask Sean Coffee. He will take care of you in that regard. But remember, this thing is starting to get that flag look that's going to send you on a rocket ride. So, hope you got a bag packed. Moving on. All right, Vikings, raise your horns. 67.07. That's up 14% to the previous day. And this accumulation continues and continues and continues. This is where that next leg up is about to send you guys into the stratosphere. I say you guys, but I mean us guys, really. So it's getting ready to happen, and you can see it. It is accumulating. It is just growing and growing and growing and growing. And the question, I guess, then becomes like, would you embarrass yourself in order to show people your horns? Would you do shit like, ain't no party like a Floki party, cause a Floki party don't stop? I don't know, would you do crazy shit like that? I would. But also today is a rating day, and it looks like Binance is on the chart right now. It looks like there is an article on Twitter that was written up by Phoenix Ashes about the CoinMarketCap article. So guys, get engaged, go check everything out. If you drove past a bus, you probably saw Floki wrapped around it. There's so many things that are happening. And if you are interested in video games, Valhalla was introduced a little bit more yesterday. You got to see some concept art. And one of your favorite people looks like he's present in that game, I guess. Or at least it was a decent look-alike. I'm never allowed to say names of anybody anymore. Although, I can still say Jamie Dimon is an idiot. Because that's a fact. That's not hyperbole. So the other thing that was happening was on Friday night, because I am a nerd, I'm watching, it's called AEW, and it's a show called Rampage, and there is a guy that comes out, and he's like a cowboy, and his name is the Hangman Adam Page. And the whole crowd started shouting, cowboy shit, cowboy shit, cowboy shit. And I thought to myself, how cool would it be to have a Floki party somewhere and just hear an entire crowd of Floki investors screaming Floki shit, Floki shit, Floki shit after everybody gives their speech, like Saber and Fall and all of these guys. Because I have weird thoughts, man. I have weird thoughts. Anyway, things are looking great. They're going to look even better real soon because Floki is everywhere and we're not even at Christmas. And we haven't even seen that cascade of money that comes off of Bitcoin, which is coming very soon. So have faith and understand that it's coming. Moving on. All right, Wolfpack represent. You guys are trading at 13.21. I should say us guys are trading at 13.21, 13.28. There's a lot of price action happening right now. Down 1% to the previous day. And if you're on another token, and you're on any other token, this is what a dip looks like in Saitama. There's no such thing as a dip. It just keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. And it's about to get to that next leg up, and that next leg up, in my estimation, is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000. It's just accumulating at this point, providing itself another floor. And if you look, and if you pay attention, and you're in crypto, and you understand, this is an enormous floor of support that's being created right now. Saitama is preparing itself for an explosion, and that's going to be a great thing. Now, the one thing to watch out for is because, and you're going to see it everywhere, you always see these things, you have a lot of unfaithful investors that are just here. They're not here for that life-changing money. They're just here to make a buck or two, and they're pulling their money out, and you can't do anything about that. All you can do is weather those weak hands and just understand that wealth and generational type wealth that you can achieve with this, it's just not for everybody. Some people are just not worthy, and it's just the way it is. So be faithful. Understand that there's a big, big, big up that's about to come, and it's going to pop any day now. Moving on. All right, guys, Kishu's trading at 17.65. That's up 21% to the previous day. And it's another example of when you're doing something right, you continue to see nice increases for your investors. One of the focuses right now, in case you're paying attention, they need a little bit of help. CZ Binance just asked the question, which coin should we list or increase our pairing next? And they are focused right now with the Kishu Army on answering that question for them. And remember, there's more of them than there are of Floki, Saitama, or any of these other coins that we cover every day. So if you want to support Kishu, and by the way, I have said repeatedly that when we start to see Kishu do a real rocket shot, like a real takeoff, then you're going to see the rest of the market go along with it. So you should be hoping that this is one of those that takes off. And remember, the Floki and Saitama, they're on a different plane. They did some really good things and put themselves on a separate path, which is not the same as what Kishu is doing. So that parabolic movement that we're all looking for, it will cascade to them, by the way, but that parabolic move is going to be led by Kishu at this point because there's so many holders. They just passed the 205,000 holder plane, and that's not nothing. That is a lot of people invested. And Not really doing a shout out here, but there is a new video posted here from Rehman Shafiq. I hope I'm saying that name right. Covering the huge increase in volume for Kishu. So if you would, go check that out in Telegram, then go over to YouTube, show this guy some love, support this. Very important that these communities show love to their YouTube people. Anyway, that's all I got for today. You guys are doing an amazing job right now. The trading volume is 1.6 million, so it looks like things are about to pick up steam. Moving on. StarLink Troopers, you guys are trading at 1,390 over the course of the last 24 hours. That's down about 3%. This is one of those situations in which there was a big up over here. Now you got a bunch of people that are taking a little bit of profit, playing the dips. Now we're starting to see a little bit of a fall back down to a consolidation window, which it seems to be a little bit lower. But if you hold support at 1,400, that's going to be a very good thing, because that's going to push you a leg up. But I think your support level is really hovering around that 1,300 level right now. So if you can consolidate at 1,400, which I don't think you have a huge amount of support, but a little support at, then that might work out to be a really good thing. You do have a lot of support when you get up to the next leg to about 16, 17, 1800. So there's a lot of opportunity going on. So then the question becomes, what is going on in Telegram for the day? Johnny Utah has a list of Twitter accounts that would be nice if you guys went into and engaged with and showed your love for StarLink. Let people know exactly what's going on. Also, there's a couple of pinned links. So I think what he's asking and what we're asking is get engaged on what it is that you're doing. Get out there and shill. Because in the end, shilling, that's how you let everybody know that you have something of interest to people, and that's how you get those people motivated to join you in what it is that you're doing. And what it is that you're doing is making a life-changing profit off of what amounts to a sweet-ass video game. So, pack that bag, get ready, and shill your product. Moving on. All right, bosses, we are talking boss to boss. I want you to look me in the eye. I hope you're looking me in the eye. I hope you can see my eye up in this little corner up here. If you're looking me in the eye, I want you to understand, everybody that sells right now are unfaithful hoes, and they gotta goes. They're not the people who are going to be with you at the end of this run. When you make life-changing wealth, it's going to be because you held while they sold. And then new investors came in, and we're getting to the point where the new investors are just going to start flooding in, and they're going to see a real and exciting use case available for Boss Token, and they're going to be excited about it. And then you're going to see one of those parabolic and massive run-ups, the likes of which you've only seen once. And you're going to end up back at this all-time high and get yourself a quick 5 or 10x, and that's going to be the start of it, because the amount of tokens available is a lot, but the amount of value that's going to be provided by Boss Tracker is on another level. It's going to come down to advertising, but you guys are going to be in a great place, and all of this red right here, you're going to be laughing at these guys, and these are the guys that you're going to meet in your next investment that are sitting in that chat, and they're telling you, man, I could have made so much money if I didn't sell. Like, LOL, I sold before that moon took off. And then 5 minutes later, they're going to start telling you what their expert advice is on this next token. And remember, those paper-handed hoes, they don't know shit. Moving on. All right, guys, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but we are in the throes of a big bull run, and we are looking to get closer to that blow off top. And most people are expecting it to be coming fairly soon, and that means within the next several months, which means the time to accumulate life-changing wealth is getting to the point where it's almost here. And that is a sign that we're going to end up hibernating for a little bit before it starts to blow up again. Now, a lot of this comes down to where we are and human nature. First, the amount of run-up that you're seeing on Bitcoin right now, coupled with the amount of decline that you're seeing in altcoins, means this. We are in phase one of this movement still. Now, I've said repeatedly to anyone who will listen that these test pumps are just test pumps that we've been getting in meme coins. This is nothing compared to what is going to happen. Now, the problem is people are too invested, or they believe they know better, but we are in phase one. If you look at all the signs, if you look at everything that you're trying to figure out, and you're looking at what the 4 phases are, you are in phase one. This is the accumulation by Bitcoin. Now, once it shows a little bit of strength and it gets back up towards its all-time high, and of course, the rest of the market is going to drag, because we all have our favorites. So the rest of the market is going to move along with it, but the end result is we are still in phase one. When we hit phase two is when you are going to see Ethereum start to make that big move to the upside, and you're going to start seeing that set new records. I think it was 4,600 earlier this year. We're not seeing that, but when we start to see that, then we're going to know we're at phase two. Now, one of the other pieces to that is, and I should probably point this out, that I'm of the mind that we're going to see that happen, and we're also going to see the explosion of Cardano. We're going to see the explosion of Matic. We're going to see the explosion of a whole bunch of other blockchains like Tezos that came back from the dead and is now, I think, the leader, one of the industry leaders in NFTs. So we're going to start to see those guys couple with Ethereum, and they're going to move up around the same way that Ethereum is doing it. And then we're going to start to see that money cascading down. We're all going to feel a little bit better. Then we're going to see these blow-offs start to happen, where everybody who took their profits on Bitcoin, everybody who took their profits on Ethereum are now looking for the next big thing, and they are going to start funneling money down, and then that's when everything is going to start blowing up. It'll be a free-for-all. It'll be a frenzy. We're not at that moment yet. We're still at the beginning stages of this big rally. There's a lot more money in this market than there was before. If you remember, when I started this, we were at $2.4 trillion. Today, we're at $2.4 trillion. But there were days during some of these videos, we were at $1.18 trillion or $1.2 trillion. All of that money had been just taken out of the market. And the good thing about all of that money is that it ended up coming back. And not only did it come back, but there's institutional money that was not there before that is now back as well. So it continues to trickle in. It continues to go to the upside. Michael Saylor did not have all the money that he's had in the last little while into this market. That $1.8 billion purchase on Bitcoin, that money was not there before. You know, all of these things are changing this market, and now we're looking at a $3 trillion market, maybe, when this blow-off happens, and that means there's $600 billion worth of wealth that will be accumulating into these markets. So, guys, make sure that you have your bag packed. Find those tokens that you believe are going to be stable, that are going to make you nice profits. Put money into them. Find your passions. Find the things that you believe are going to set off, that are going to make you life-changing money, and hold on to them. Put enough in there that you make life-changing money. And you know what? If you make 4 or 5 correct guesses, then live your dream. If you don't, make sure that you don't pull out before you've made a nice profit. wealth is not for everybody, but financial stability should be for everybody. So use this opportunity, use this moment to create stability in your life. Be faithful. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't overthink the process. Don't do all the things that get so many people wrecked in this business. And in closing, I was sitting in a chat yesterday and I'm watching a lot of FUD. I'm watching a lot of people that are arguing and fighting, and they are doing everything that they are doing, and everything that they are doing is based on emotion. The worst tool that you have in your arsenal of investment is emotion. When you see a dip, the first thing you think is, oh, followed by shit. And that's the moment that a panic seller sells, because they want to keep whatever it is that they had and they don't want to lose. Or if they just got in and they see that sell off, then they think, oh shit, I better get out before it gets too bad. And then what happens? Immediately it turns around and it goes way up, and that person absolutely misses that life-changing opportunity. And it happens every single day because emotion runs high. The simple fact is, when you see a dip, it's an opportunity to make money. You don't know where the dip ends sometimes, but you know that the dip will end at some point, and from that point, the only path forward is up. So if that's the case, stop thinking with your oh shit mechanism and start thinking with your hey, I need to make money mechanism, and this is the logical way that this happens. So let's do that instead of doing something stupid. Guys, it's all my time. We'll see each other tomorrow. Let's all have a good day, and let's prosper.
I've been around since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarettes.